Good morning everybody, how are you doing today? I hope you are well. I'm well. I am about to get stuck into tons of little jobs, really little jobs. They're not important, but they're the kind of jobs that kind of bug you after, or certainly bug me afterwards. Like, just have a session. So I'm going to have a session this morning around other things, other work, hopefully get into the garden later on. Hence, I'm in, my old favourite gardening top. It's a favourite because it's got pockets on its last legs. It's so, I don't need to look how faded it is. That's from, basically I only ever wear this top in the garden, so the sun's bleached it over the years. Anyway, yes, so hopefully I can get everything wrapped up in the next couple of hours, all of this stuff, and I wonder how we're going to show you, how I'm going to show you things today. I might stand you further along here. I'm just kind of looking at the light today, so I'm just using the natural, I've got the lights on, but this natural light from the kitchen window. I think that's enough, isn't it? So let me show you what's here, and I'm just going to stand you in the sink. Let's see if this will work. Oh, I think it will. I'm just going to tip you down a little bit. So this is what's on the agenda for today, and I'm going to take you in the scullery as well. It's a bit of a, where are my bits? It's this kind of day. This is my bradle that I use. It's not caught you, but I use it for making pilot holes. My screwdriver, because I'm going to be putting some of my old signs up today. So that one's going in the loo. So the other thing, I've got my screw box. It's a crazy selection. Just trying to match up screws because they are quite tiny holes, but these ones, yeah, they're just about to do. The other thing I've done, this is on a brick. This is a little, hopefully I'm going to give you lots of hints and tips today as we go. It's on a brick. This is the sign that's going to go on my gate. It's a gate sign. But, and I'm sorry, I should have written the name down. One of you has the same sign. It's a cute little sign. And said that you'd put it on your gate and the letters peeled off. It's a bit rubbish, isn't it? I mean, look, it's a reproduction sign, but you'd think, even though it's reproduction, that, you know, it would stand up to being outside. So I took your advice. I've basically given it a coat of varnish. So I had it on the brick like that, so that, and with only one of the screws in, but sort of slightly up, I held it at an angle to hold it steady. So I could paint it on there. I had it on some paper, of course, but paint the varnish on there, and then at the last second take that scrap, just do that edge. It just means I get right the way to the edges, and because it's not sitting on the paper when I was doing it, it's not going to end up accidentally stuck to the paper. So that's a little hint and tip for you straight away. Now the other thing is, as I've sort of gone around, I've unpacked, I've ended up with odds and ends of screws that I've already taken out of things that don't need to be where they are. And I've got a bit of a naughty habit, I'm sure some of you would say. I kind of fling them in my tool drawer, unsorted. So today is, I need scissors. Oh, actually, no, I think they could stay in the bag. Also, this kind of thing, you know, you get your packets of screw raw plug that come with an appliance and you don't use them. So this was from my carbon monoxide tester, which is just sitting over on the top of the fridge freezer. So I don't need to wall mount it. So instead of flinging these in the drawer, pop them in there. I'm going to be doing some painting shortly. I'm going to just bring you back up again so I can see you. I'm going to be doing some painting shortly. I'll show you where. And I just checked the schedule for Radio 4, and interestingly, there's an hour-long programme, just shy of an hour because of the news, about decluttering. So I'm going to listen to that as I work this morning. I'm not a clutterer. But I do sometimes have those lazy habits of, it's like one screw, sling it in the drawer rather than get this out to put it away. So that's to be done. I'm going to put this sign up in the scullery, and again I'm going to show you a little hint and tip with hanging, getting spacing right, getting the look right. And then, oh yes, that's to be hung today as well. I'm going to put that on the back of the, am I still in the shot? Can you see me? So I'm going to have it on the back of the door there, as I mentioned in a previous video, so that if I come in and I've got a soggy jacket, the kitchen door is never shut. I never shut the door. So when it's open, it's sort of into that corner where my radiator is. I thought, perfect. A damp jacket can hang on this near the radiator. So that's going to go up. I've got my little jar of various hooks. I have hooks in here as well. They're a bit smaller, but I had this out. Brilliant! I've just thought of something. Okay, we're going in the scullery. I got this out to see if I've got any hooks big enough to hold the pole that's going to go under the scullery counter for my little curtain to hide that pipework. But that pole that I've got, it's an old broom handle that I then turned into my towel rail in my old bathroom. Don't need it as a towel rail. I thought, oh, I'll hang the curtain on it. All of these are too small, even these really quite big ones. But I've just thought of something. Please say it's still there. Right, I tell you what. And then the other thing I'm going to do is I've bought another pin board. In London, I had 3 pin boards in my kitchen. I had one for work, that was near the desk, one near the kitchen door, and that's all the kind of life stuff to remember, whether it's dates for renewing insurance or what's on an event that's coming up, that sort of thing. And a third pin board, which is just postcards and photographs and stuff. When I decorated the kitchen in terms of getting it ready for selling, I took them all down and I thought, actually, I'm not going to put them back up. Let's leave this a really clean, lean space. My work pin board I kept, and it just balances on the desk, or balanced. So when I had viewings, I could just take it off. It went under the bed, out of sight, nice clean kitchen. And I got rid of 2 of the pin boards, and I suddenly thought I do need one because bits and pieces. So for example, this, I don't want to forget, this came out of the local newspaper. The paddle steamer Waverley is coming back to Swanage this summer. What are the dates? It looks like it's the first, it's 3 weeks of September. I don't want to miss that. So that is, that's going to go on the pin board. Things like, I've got the dates, I've written down the dates for the Pirate Festival, don't want to miss that. Oh, the Lookout, the Coast Guard Lookout, they're having an afternoon tea for bank holiday, don't want to miss that. So that's the kind of thing for this pin board. It's local events that are going on, plus I've started snipping out bits from the newspaper, handyman, if I need a handyman, man and van, that might be useful. And on the other side, was it the other side of that one? No, it's the other side of, where have I put it? It's a decorator. There was one for, it's right at the top, I'd snipped it. The one at the top is for guttering work, including, they do an annual gutter clean for 45 quid, and I think that would be well worth doing. See, in London, I could lean out the window and clean the gutter myself, but here, it's kind of high up, but I think 45 quid between the 3 of us here for an annual gutter clean. Anyway, I'm waffling. I'm so excited about the steam paddle boat. So that's the point of this pin board, and the reason I'm mentioning it is so yes, it needs to be hung, but modern pin boards, they're just crap. Excuse my language. That pin board I have for my desk, I've had since I was about 14. I had it in my bedroom when I was a kid, and it was where I planned my studying. So, you know, however many hours of math study, and then, oh, I've got to do my physics, and this is English. So it was my study kind of notice board. So I've had it for 40 odd years, more than 40 years. And it's really, really thick. It came from Habitat. I saved up, because I was working by then, weekends, Saturdays and Sundays. I saved up my pay and bought myself this really chunky, really good quality. These days, I don't know if you get a sense of it, but it's almost like it's almost like it's as thin as a veneer. And then on the back, it's cardboard. It's so thin. The pins, I'll show you with one of the pins that came supplied with it. It's not terribly long. Sorry, I didn't show you that. It's not terribly long. But so we're on the back. Let's find somewhere. I'm going to poke it in. Will it show up on camera? That, I don't know if you can see, it's come right the way through. So what I thought I would do is, I've got the cardboard box that was from my compost bin. Cut another piece of card and glue it onto the back. The only glue, well, I've got two kinds of glues. I've got some fabric glue. I've never used fabric glue. But this came in a. Did I just crush my phone? I just want to make sure I didn't turn my phone on. Hang on, let me lock the phone so I don't make a hip call. Yeah, this came with a bag of all sorts of bits and bobs I picked up in my then local charity shop, loads of sewing bits. And the bag was, I think it was like £2.50, but it had all sorts in there. I'll have that. So I've got that. Then I remembered I do have some wood glue. I wonder if I can get the top off. I might need pliers. I'm going to need pliers. Actually, that's my perennial question. You know, you've got a super glue and you put the lid back on. Why do super glue lids not get super glued to the tube? Yeah, this is left over, I think, from when I made the box to cover the gas meter back in London. Bit of wood glue mixed with the sawdust to make the paste to infill the screws. Anyway, I thought wood glue, cardboard, it started as wood, so I might get good adhesion. So I'm going to put another layer on it, get it hung. Also, I'll show you something in the haul later. I'm going to show you the scullery. I'm going to take you off the tripod and show you a couple of things for the scullery today. One of which, oh yeah, and don't forget the thing I've just remembered. I don't want to forget the thing I've remembered. But also from a comment from Sue, thank you Sue. She made a comment about something she'd done for her kitchen, and I suddenly thought, I can do the same. Let me show you. So a second ago I mentioned, just reaching for it again, I mentioned that I want to put up my ice cream shop sign in the scullery. So, sorry, hands all over. Now, because I can see it from here, I wanted to make sure that it's weird, the camera's eye line is not the same as my own eye line. Is it because I'm taller than the camera? There we go, that's more like my eye line. So do you see the brown tape that's up on the wall? That marks where the top of this sign is going to go. And I'm going to show you in a second how to sort of measure up to make getting your hooks right first time and making it easy. Anyway, so it's a useful little thing to do if you're hanging any kinds of pictures, is you could actually cut a square of paper, darker or whatever than your wall, so you can see it, the same size as the image you want to hang, so you can blue tack or gently tape that. This tape is very gentle, it won't pull the paint off. Yeah, tape it up to the wall first of all to make sure you're happy with where you're eventually going to make it a permanent thing. So when I can see that tape from there, I thought, yes, that's spot on. It was a bit further to the left initially, fine, because it looks central-ish from here, but when we go into the scullery, it's not central at all. Right, so what's happening in the scullery, and what's that thing I've just remembered to not forget? Oh, and now my watering can sort of lives here now. The reason the jug is there is to catch any drips after I've watered. But I have it here now so that if I run the tap for whatever reason, I catch any water that runs, because obviously I'm paying for every drop now. So yeah, spare water, you can see it's in there, gets put in there, and that will be used for watering. The garden is still a total state, but you can see now how... Oh, I need to take that lid off. It doesn't need a lid, but yes, seedlings underway. You can't see where I have been working is further back. So yes, I am needing to water now. They're looking quite dry this morning. So, whoops, that's all that's for, and to catch the drips. Never mind that. So this is the job today. The main job today I've got some paint, and I'm going to go up and under, paint that, because I can see it if I'm sitting down. I can see it, and it's not attractive. And I'm going to paint over. They're actually sort of just a silver metal, but they show up almost black from a distance, so that's ugly. I am going to paint over them. You shouldn't normally paint over screws, but it's just emulsion, and the emulsion will easily crack off if and when the time comes to take it down. So that's the main job. Then now you can see how, look, there's the edge of the wall. You'd think to hang it maybe here, but from the kitchen it would look odd. I kind of looked at that, and it's like, oh no, I need to bring it further over. So that's to go up. But the big thing I'm happy about today is this idea. Well, I've mentioned that I was going to put a curtain under this area, and then Sue in comments said that she'd made a patchwork curtain, and I suddenly remembered this bit of patchwork that I did. This is all actually, oopla. Sorry, I always feel like I need 3 hands. Wouldn't that be a superpower to have three hands, arms? It's all Laura Ashley scraps, and again, this goes back to my teenage years. I might have started making this when I was doing my O levels. Laura Ashley used to sell bags of scraps. Obviously, they make up curtains and cushions and stuff, but also even from clothing. They used to sell these bags of scraps fairly cheap, and yeah, this was a much bigger piece at one point. But I've got this left, and I thought, oh, obviously, so not necessarily obviously, I will need to hem the edges. It never did get hemmed, but it actually, in terms of in the space there, it will fit. I'm gonna have a little rearrangement of what I do about my recycling. Not sure yet, but I think, oh, that's so cute. That will work. And what I've just remembered, so I've got my I've got the curtain pole, the X broom, but then I'm thinking it's my sewing bits, some of my sewing bits. Oh, this, yes. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I forgot this. What is it? Oh yeah, look, it's stuff on the side. Curtain kit. I don't know what I bought this for. I'm opening it with my left hand. Ta-da! I might have, oh, it's going to ping out, isn't it? I might have bought it for the shed. I'm not sure. But yeah, that's the, that's everything I need. And obviously that's way long enough to just do that bit. Brilliant. That's absolutely brilliant. You see, I'm talking about that radio show that I'm going to listen to about decluttering, and I say I don't, that's going to really ping. Hang on, because there's one of the hooks is caught on it. I want to rescue that. Hang on. You're going to hold it with me. Hold it. Get that little hook off. And I'll let it ping open in the basket. There we go. Go wild. Yeah, I'm delighted I've remembered that, because that'll be a good fit. Yes, I'm not a hoarder. I don't have clutter. I don't need to declutter. I just have things that are very useful I bought obviously for a job that I didn't do in the end. I think it must have been something for the shed, but I'm glad I've kept it. So that will be a nice quick fix under there. I need to get the sewing machine out obviously to hem it. And at the moment I've just got it weighted under the marble slab to see, is it big enough, and then when I stand back, like if I'm coming in, do I like the look of it? I think it's cute. I think it's cute as pie, and it's very definitely a bit of vivification. So, good. Right, let's get on. Oh, and then the final job I mentioned is... Oh, I don't think you've seen the kitchen for ages, have you? My rug is in here. It's partly to warm the room up somewhat. Yes, I did find my hot water bottle. Yes, that is a basket full of seeds under the table. Yeah, it's partly to warm it up, but also because it's quite a hard, lots of hard surfaces. It's a bit echoey when I'm chatting. Now, carpets in kitchens, you might think, ugh, but where I'm doing all my sort of food prep, all my washing up, there's no carpet. So it's easy to mop up splashes. But also these Turkish rugs, they are made for being lived on. You know, they're not... Yeah, they're really tough, hard-wearing carpets, so it works a treat. And my cabinet of curiosities, love it. Yeah, I'm just going to bring it out of the kitchen for a second, because this now needs to be dismantled and done something with. That's rubbish. I'm just waiting for rubbish day. Next to it, that's the end of the granny trolley, which is well and truly dead as a dodo. Had to buy a new granny trolley. There's my new granny trolley. And now in here, obviously all the cardboard has gone. This is now a spare bed. I put me up, a camp bed. My Ujimi flip, my sofa, my old sofa, was a sofa bed, but it's dead on its feet. So under there now is a spare bed. And do you remember my periodic table bag from Sarah and Ian? That's now spare pillows. Fabulous. Why have I brought you in here? Oh yes, new granny trolley. Look at that. Very snazzy. That's not what we're here for though. It's this thing up here. This quite heavy duty lock mechanism. I think it's when the previous owner might have had personal bits in here that were locked away from any of the Airbnb guests, but sorry, that can come off today too. Right, I'm going to make a start. Yeah, lots of, like I said, none of them are huge jobs, but yeah, they're all, I just want to get on and get things done. And when I come to do that, I'll show you what I'll show you what I'm doing, because I think it's a useful one for other folk. But yeah, it's definitely a day. The screwdriver is out, the bradawl, my version of a bradawl is out. So yeah, let's get tackling these little Myriad jobs. My first coat of paint is on the underside of that scullery shelf. I'm going to let it dry. I am going to give it a second coat though. So in the meantime, I'm going to get ready to put this sign up. Now on the back, I don't know if it will pick up. Can you see the little jagged bit there? That's for the two pins for it to slot onto. And this is one of my little hanging art tips is, oh, hold that thought. Well, that's very exciting. Yay, it's very exciting. That's a gift. I will show you that another time because it deserves a proper show and tell. So, but yes, oh, I'm excited. Right, tape. Just popping it along there. I'm not sticking it hard. I'm going to mark on the tape the extremities of these two little sort of protrusions where there's slightly serrated edge for hooking on. And now this tape, I'm going quite simply, I'm going to transfer it to the wall with my spirit level, so I can get it, make sure I get it absolutely level, and then this is going to act as a guide. Obviously this isn't go, it is, let me see if I can show you. Right, I have no idea whether this is a bit of a tight squeeze. Me, you and the step ladder. Hold on. Now, yeah, you can see. Let's just rest up there a sec. Actually, so I'm going to leave that first guide up there, and now trying to balance, and so this I'm going to go down from, so my marks are there and there, and I can get rid of this one now. Oh, that did pull a bit of paint. Oh, that's naughty. Use masking tape, not parcel tape. But what I want to check now is that line level? It's not. I can tell with my naked eyeball it's not level. Whoa, la. I have no idea if you can see any of this. Oh, actually, it's about it's about 1.5 millimeters out. I'm gonna have to stand on the counter. Space. So wait for it. There we go. That's level. Sorry, I don't know. I could do, yes, how many times have I said it? I really could do with a camera person with me at times. Let me get on the floor again. It's too squishy a space. But did that make, just kick the blooming watering can now. Did that make sense what I was trying to do? It's just a piece of tape with the hook points marked on it, goes onto the wall, spirit level to make sure it's level, and now I can tap a couple of pins in just below where those two marks are, and that will be the perfect hanging position. Right, I'll get on with that. This is still drying. I'll see you when I've done a few more bits. There we go. Up in no time. That took 2 seconds to pop some picture pins into the wall. It's absolutely perfectly straight. It may not look it from this angle. I'm coming at an angle. And I think that trick with the tape and the marks is particularly useful when you've got a picture like this. It's got 2 hanging points. If there was just 1 hanging point, you can always, and you've got a string, you can always tug it either way to get it level. But when you've got 2 fixing points, you need to get it level first time round. Try the tape technique. Oh, there is my rubbish tape. It's made from paper. It can go in the recycling. Good. Tick! It's all so insanely satisfying. In this case, I've put it in terms of height. I've just done it by eye. What seems right to my eye, where I want it, and then I've just measured the width of this central panel of the door and gone halfway. Gotcha, go on. Such a cute hook, again, picked up in a charity shop. I am second-hand rose. Talking of second-hand rose, obviously I have to turn the radio off when I'm filming anyway. But I'm happy to. I said I was going to tune into a decluttering programme. I actually just caught the tail end of a programme about Studio Ghibli, which is great. You know, the animated film. The animated films I love. But yeah, this decluttering program, it's people ringing in about how they can't do it. I thought I can't cope with people with clutter ringing in and talking about all their clutter. I thought it was going to be a show about sort of saying how to do it. It's not. Right, good, we're getting these jobs done. I think what's next, that needs some more drying time. The pin board I'll tackle, oh I know, I think I might now move on to, yeah, you can see it, can't you? That job out there, get that down. I'm just looking around, I've got a list, there we go, there's my list. Oh yeah, the sign for the lavatory, I'm in this mode now, so I'm going to do all my screwing, unscrewing, etc, and go tick, 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 get these jobs ticked off. I love it. Oh, last one. I've got no blood left in my arms. Oh, yuck, that'll have to be filled in and all sanded. And that, my friends, is why on days like today, always wear a top with pockets. Just like, please, pockets in everything now. Skirts, dresses, tops. I want pockets. Right, let me show you where I'm at. I have to take you off. We're going in the littlest room. I don't think I've shown you in the littlest room since I moved in, have I? Oh, I'm jangling. So, yes, thank you, the gifted loo brush. Yeah, I popped a plant in just to make it feel, slightly less cold in here. And I've taken a subscription to, clank, clank. You know the brand of loo paper. I thought, what the heck, get them delivered. There's a really good offer on, opening offer, and there's a little bit of colour in here. And they are recycled, everything's recyclable, donation to charity, great. But just behind, now on the door, so I'm gonna give you the view from the loo. Hold on a second. Oh, keeping it real with Vivi. Now it looks wonky, it's not, I can assure you, it's where the grain of the wood is. But yeah, that's the view from the loo. Right. Oh, what's next on the list? Let's get up. I'm wondering if it's time for a second coat on the underside of that shelf. So I think that's what's left to do. Second coat in there. And, my pin board. I'll do that next. I'll do the pin board because then I can get dry. Everything can dry whilst I think about having something to eat. And then garden this afternoon. That can go out with me to the garden this afternoon. Yes, it's a plan. Super important note before I forget. Please, please, please note. I was just laughing then because I've got a pocket full of screws and I'm jangling and jingling. Please remember to empty your pockets at the end of your session. So I've taken all the screws out of those pockets. I've double checked. They're now safely enshrined in one of my little, sorting trays, my screw trays. Yes, double check your pockets, because what you don't want is to put the item of clothing into the washing machine and that screw, little nail, whatever it is, to get out and to wreck your washing machine. So please, yes, I'm joking about having jangly pockets, but do make sure that at the end of your sesh, empty your pockets thoroughly. If you break the washing machine, it's not on me. Please don't break the washing machine. Right, yes, food while everything gets drying while everything dries. Yay, that's all my little Myriad jobs done. I don't know how long it's taken in total because I've done other things while there's been drying time, I've been doing some work, I've been online, blah, 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 but just lots of little jobs, tick, tick, tick. Sign up in the lavatory, tick. Locks off in the hallway, tick. New coat hook, tick. I'll have to take you off there to show you the rest. And the other thing that occurred to me, because having finished painting, and I think I've got some up top somewhere as well. The great thing, of course, now having my little garden is my roller and paintbrush have all been washed out and they're all outside in the garden in the sunshine to dry. Outdoor space to dry my decorating kit. What a difference that makes. Right, what else has been done? Let me show you. Yay, I've got a pin board again. I can't wait for that. Can't wait for that. And that, yes, that might be something that's happening. I'll catch you up on that. Oh, I do love my little hook. Sweet thing, isn't it? Bargain as well. And what else today? I won't take you back into the bathroom. Oh yes, so I've just taken that off for now. I've got another piece. I actually don't mind it. I'd quite like it when it's back in the scullery. I'd like it to hang flat. I don't want it ruchy particularly. So I've just done the measurements, the actual proper measurements, and I'll work out whether I need to add another couple of rows or not. But I think possibly not. Right, I haven't got the light on in there at the moment, but again, coming to my eye level, you can see my "we are open" sign. I'm open for business. So even without the light on now, I think just painting the underside, you can see now it's all painted underneath. It's had a couple of coats, and I think it's just enough to bounce a little bit more light in there. So, like I said, wood pigeons. The wood pigeons here are very fat and very happy. Yes, I think you can see, I mean, this is a little room with no windows. I know people talked about putting a wall in here or a curtain, but that would be so dark. So even with no lights on, tucked away with no window, you can see there's plenty, there's plenty of light to work by in here. And then if I needed some more, just pop the light on. I've taken out it's actually just standing there at the moment, that's a champagne box, a vintage champagne box, which I used to have in my allotment. That's going to be in the garden. Oh, and the other thing, I forgot to mention this earlier. Do you remember this was in one of the cupboards when I moved in? And I think it's one of those shelves that you use for your crockery. So you put plates and then on the top bowls, whatever. So you don't have one big, that's just waiting to go and be put up, one big thing of plates to wade through. So I thought, oh, that's perfect. So underneath, swimming shoes and flip-flops, and then my wellies. I won't need wellies too much more. It's just while I'm tackling this bed at the moment. You can see I've done another about another 1.5 meters there, and you can see there, that's my, oh, I need to move it, the sun's coming around. That's the paint bits drying. But yeah, just little things, getting little things done. And oh, it's nice light in here at the moment. That table warms things up a lot. Just going to turn you round to against the window. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're not huge jobs, any of them. Each one of them was kind of, like I was saying at the beginning, they're the sort of the jobs that they just feel like they're starting to pile up a bit, and I had bits and pieces out on the counter, screws ready, all that. It's like, you know what, let's just have a go at this stuff today. I planned my day accordingly so that, for example, when the pin board was drying, when the paint in the scullery was drying, it's like, right, I know I'm going to be doing some work, get on with work. Okay, it's dry enough for a second coat on, get back to work. And in the course of, it's just gone 2 o'clock now, so I think I started about 10. So in the course of those 4 hours, lots of little niggling jobs have been ticked off the list. I've worked as well at the same time. Great, chuffed. Now I've got more work to do till probably about 6. Yesterday I checked how the light is working in the garden as the weeks go by. For me, in my time, it's still less than a month since I moved in, but already the light is changing in the garden in so much as the sun's getting a bit higher in the sky, getting a bit more sun. So where I just showed you the bit of border I've done, at about 6 o'clock, that's still in sunshine. So I think the plan will be from 6 till 7, do another, I won't get a metre done in an hour. That bit that I showed you took nearly 2 hours. There's some nasty perennial roots in there, little chunks. I'll tell you more when we have a garden session. Yeah, I'll do that till about 7, then 7 o'clock, come back in, 7 till 8, cook dinner, and then 8 till about 11, I will be editing and making this video into something that can go out online. So it's going to be a long, full day, but I'm chuffed. And I hope, if nothing else, by sharing this sort of thing with you all, it's an encouragement to you in the same way that when I was getting things ready in the London flat to tartify it, to, you know, get it ready for going on the market. Those little jobs, the littlest job, like putting up a hook that's been on your to-do list for months, possibly even years. Why not, this weekend coming, say to yourself, you know what, I'm going to do a Vivi. I'm going to give myself a day where, yeah, I'm doing other things, but within that day, I'm going to get that blimming hook put back, or I'm going to fix that shelf in the kitchen cupboard, you know, the one that's lost the lug to hold it up, so it's always, and we're propping it up with tins of beans or whatever it is. Yeah, go and get on with those jobs. All right, lovelies, talking of that, yeah, I need to go and get on with my next job. I will see you all again really soon, I hope. I'm not sure of the order of things at the moment, but we might have another little garden session together. That'd be nice. Until then, please look after yourselves. Lots and lots of love and encouragement to get on with your nagging list. Until the next one, cheerio.